Hey guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video, and today we have week 14 of Tennessee Titans franchise taking on the 11-1 Jacksonville Jaguars. They're coming to our stadium first, so we will have at least that advantage going into this game. This is a must-win game, being 5-7 this late in the season. These are must-win games, especially with a stacked AFC. If you haven't been around for the last couple videos, the AFC is stacked this year in terms of just the records. We have 3 teams already with 11 wins. We have a 4th team with 9. Another team with 8, 7, and then 6, 6, and 6. Yeah, so we have a shit ton of teams with very good records already heading in to the deep parts of the season. And going against a team that is 11-1 where we've struggled to slow down some offenses, especially looking at just our overall rankings. We're a pretty decent offense, but on defensive side of the ball, we just cannot stop people from scoring as well as running the football. We have done a lot better this year in terms of defensive pass yards per game, but still when we're letting up this many rush yards per game, we have struggled a lot. It does wear us down a little bit quicker. Viewing weekly awards, Mark Vickers gets AFC Defensive Player of the Week because of his 2 picks. I personally would probably give it to Jeffrey Simmons just because of the fact that he had a pick and a sack, and as a defensive lineman, that's pretty cool, and especially the way he got his pick too, not to mention. Breakout receiver, I'm hoping this is Treylon Burks for the most part. Keep throwing it my way. The thing doesn't show up, but it is Treylon Burks. 3 touchdowns, 150 yards receiving. He had over 160 last week, so that is probably why it brought it up. He had, I think, 3 catches for 160 or just a little over, maybe even 170. We do have a tandem breakout as well. Treylon Burks has apparently inspired somebody. And Amos, great. Fuck me. Okay, so we're also have a dev trait breakout challenge for Franklin Amos apparently, or is this just overall? Treylon Burks has earned 2,500 for, and then get Franklin Amos 150 receiving yards. So we have to get 300 receiving yards to 2 receivers, or we could technically get Treylon Burks 3 touchdowns as well. Immovable object here. This should be Josh Allen, I would assume. Okay. We're going to have to go pass game. We got 2 dev trait challenges for 2 guys. So we're going to have to throw for 300 yards. So either way, we got to throw for 300 yards. May as well target our top receivers. 2 guys that really have a chance to hit 1,000 yards this season are definitely Bo Melton and Treylon Burks. Treylon Burks less than, I think, 100 yards away last time I checked. Josh Wiley has slowed down a little bit, but he's still going to be starting for us. I haven't went through and done this yet, so I'm going to go through, get this done, and then we will be back at the main menu, and we will discuss any injuries or anything that will have to happen. So, we are back here at the main menu now. I think we did end up losing somebody to injury, if I do remember correctly. Kaylavon Chason will be out for 2 weeks. We do get Christian Malone and Cody Whitehair back next week, which should help us out a little bit amongst that O-line. But nothing really else is going to be changing outside of that. We do have an upgrade player to take care of going into this game. Tajay Spears, Brandon Davidson. Holy shit, we have a lot of upgrades. And Treylon Burks, which should help him go after that dev trait for him. I'm just going to go elusive back with Tajay Spears. I don't need him to do anything else. I don't need him to be a power back. I don't need him to be a receiving back. He's a fine enough receiving back as is. I do not need him to do all those other things. Brandon Davidson, I'm going to upgrade hybrid on to get his man coverage a little bit in a better situation. And we get zone coverage in it anyway as well, so that ends up helping us out in both categories. Dorian Dixon, I'm just going to go pass protector here. He needs to be a better pass protector going forward, especially going back out to right guard, hopefully next week and for the future going on beyond that. I'm going to go physical here with Treylon Burks. I'm going to make sure he can hold on to the football. He hasn't had a problem holding on to the football this season, but still, just in the case of anything, I do need him to hold on to every target he's going to be receiving going forward. For Jack Gibbons, we're going to go pass coverage. I would really love a speed upgrade. I'm probably not going to get it. He does get an acceleration upgrade, but that's about it. Franklin Amos, I'm going to go deep threat, try to get his route running just a little bit better and in a better situation as well. And then Jameer Saylor, he has been a fine backup for this year. He will probably end up staying at guard, and he'll probably just end up riding out the bench for the next year and a half on the team. He has played very well for us. He has played phenomenally well for us, especially in his limited time. Nothing else to really go over. We're going to go ahead and hop into the game. I think we did a very good job of slowing down pass games over the last couple weeks. So let's go ahead and see if we can do it this week against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and probably one of the number 1 teams in the entire NFL, let alone the conference and the division. 1st and 10, they're going to start off at their own 20. Going to start off in 3 wide here. They're going to run the football, handoff, ETN. Florence not coming up with a play. Roger McCreary comes down. Gosh, this team just... I will say this much. The Jaguars, I understand why they're 11-1 now at this point. I did go ahead and look at their team. They have a lot of talent, especially at the position that is... Why can't I get into the fucking look that I want? Where is my Sugar Week look? I can't get to it and change it. Okay. They drafted an X-Factor wide receiver, and then they drafted a new tackle. Shair here with a tackle onto ETN. So yeah, I understand why they are 11-1. They definitely went out and revamped parts of their team that they needed to revamp, and now they have a fucking spectacular unit. Gonna send pressure here. Evans gets through. Deep ball to Ridley. Can't get there. 4th and 6. Immediate stop here from this defense is awesome. Coming up with 2 big plays there. So yeah, Will Levis, not a bad year. 2,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, 11 picks. Just got to stay above that negative ratio of picks to touchdowns is the main thing that I want to do for the rest of the season, as well as just develop his accuracy a lot. 1st and 10, I'm going to bring Amos in motion. Remember, he is one of the guys that we do need to get involved a lot today, as well as Burks. We're going to immediately find Amos, and he picks up 9 there. So getting off to a good start. 2nd and 1 now. I don't know why they would do tandem breakouts at receiver. That almost feels like it's an impossible task to beat, because now I'm having to force myself to look at 2 guys more in particular than anybody else, and it's going to force my hand a lot. Not seeing a whole ton. Trying to throw the ball to Wiley, not quite getting anything going there. 3rd and 1 now. Josh Allen just fucked Nicholas Petit-Fier, by the way. Hand this ball off. They're in a very weak box. Get up to the 2nd level. 3rd and 1. Up to the 2nd level. Up to the next level. Juke 1 player out. The safety was down on top of Burks. That's why there was 2 guys there. I was wondering why there was a second guy following me now. Melton, if this is zone, I can maybe fit this ball. It is, but who the fuck is... Andrew Wingard just came off the edge free. Nobody picked him up. Good job, guys. Good job. Way to lose your fucking job, by the way. And to slide the line left. I mean right. Fuck me. 2nd and 19. Going back to the air, looking. Hodgins underneath. Not a guy that we really need to get involved, but he's open. Gotta hit him. Devon Hamilton now down for the Jaguars. Their big nose tackle. Gonna go shock option here. Gonna run Burke on a fucking streak at this point. Amos come on a slant. Gotta get something here. Keep Spears in to help protect. Burke's there. Catch, run. Beats 1 guy. Almost beats the 2nd. Yeah, and the Jaguars are fucking... You know what? We should be able to beat them pretty easily, I feel like. 1st and 10, we have to be able to beat them just for the simple fact, if they're going to put a safety in the box, our line better win. Spears up to the 2nd level, 5 yards there. Especially over top of Dorian Dixon, the power guard, playing center today. Yeah, we should easily be able to beat him. They move him out of the box. It's looking like man. So I'm wondering if... Somewhat looking like man. Halfback draw here. Spears up to the 2nd level and almost all the way into the end zone for a touchdown there. Gonna go back to the line here. Let's just run outside zone. They don't really have a guy sitting out there. Trevon Walker up at the 2nd level. Spears, get there. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Starting the game off fast and hard. Going straight at them. Understanding that if you're not going to put guys in the box to stop this run game, we got to go at them. We got to win those reps. So this Jags offense will come back out on the field again. Looking to have a little bit more success. Answer back against this Titans offense that played very well in the last game and is playing immediately hot here. Covering underneath on that Evan Ingram curl route. And I don't know what Hooker's doing. Bro, I'm tired of these lame-ass excuses of, oh, well, you shouldn't push conservative tackle. What should I do there then? Aggressive tackle and miss even more? I don't understand that. 2nd and 3. I'm expecting a run here. I'm going to put Evans back to where the guards would have to work up to me very hard. In fact, and then Mark Vickers just not there. You see the ball coming towards you. Fucking react to it. Jesus, dude. Going to bring pressure here. Going to stack up this right side. And of course, they pick it up perfectly. But Von Florence with the pass breakup on Christian Kirk Forces a 4th down again. Defense coming out with a fucking vengeance right now. Showing up a little bit more than they have in any game. Mark Vickers has a chance to return this! But no, he runs out. He wasn't running. Why wasn't he running? I'm literally holding down R2. What the f? Gonna go zone fake jet here with Melton to Spears. Motion Melton, bring Spears down. Finds the hole, just barely brought down. 7 yards there, though, still falling forward. Not bad. Gonna go back to that same motion. They are playing what looks to be almost a dime look, but with Josh Allen in coverage, I'm fine with that. If he's not rushing the passer, then I'm fine. He can sit there. But their guy gets through. Throw to Melton. He gets up the sideline. Almost gets a 1st down. Out of bounds, though. Just barely steps. What was that? Tyson Campbell, the corner. 3rd and 2. We're going to go to the ground game here. Fuck it. Let's win. Big on big right now. Let's go. Going to bring Sample in motion. Have him come down. Seal this edge for us. And run back to the inside. Dorian Dixon seals a block. And up to the 14 goes Tajay Spears. 6 for 40 now. Offense has to... I'm telling you, the offense is the key to this team right now. They have to be more consistent. Will Levis needs to be more consistent. This run blocking needs to be more consistent. Everything needs to be more consistent. 1st and 10, handoff Spears. Cisco able to get there. Trevon Walker just causing enough of a disturbance there on the tight end and Tyron Smith. Did not really let us have the edge. Going to run right at Trevon Walker again. And what is that? Ventrell Miller. Going to run right at them. Probably could have cut that out, probably. But 3rd and 9 here. Not a whole ton of running room on the last 2 plays. Going to go to the outs play. Fuck it, run Wiley on a streak. Let's see what happens with that. With the Melton, post and with Wiley running a streak, something could come open here. I'm trusting Burks probably a little bit more here. Yeah, Burks, open, touchdown. That's his first of the day. That's 1 for the 3 that we need. So if we can throw touchdowns to him, then all we have to do is throw passing yards to Amos. And we should be in a good situation to get both of them a new dev trait. Burks up to superstar and Amos up to star. Jaguars offense for the 3rd time today will come out. The defense has showed up. They've showed up better than what they have in the past. A couple bad plays here and there so far today. Something that I don't want to get comfortable with. I'm going to try to cover everything underneath. And there's Christian Kirk. And Vickers can't get him down. And Ayer's not able to get there. Dude. Cool. And 1 play and they're back within 1 score. I don't understand that. Vickers, I'm fucking benching you. That does it. I don't care how good you played last week. That does it. 2 fucking plays where you've let them win inside. And I know 1 was dropped, but still, that's annoying. Offense will come out to the 23-yard line. Treylon Burks, 46 receptions, 954 yards, and 7 touchdowns on the year. Very good year from him. Very good bounce-back year from him, especially considering where he finished last year with not a whole ton of yards, if I remember correctly. Probably less than 600 in total through 17 games. So 1st and 10, going to hand off Spears here. Up to the 2nd level, gets more, gets almost the 1st down. 9 for 51, off to a good start here today as well. Going to get him more involved. Going to go slip screen here. If they don't cover it correctly, Spears could have a very big look. Spears, catch. And, dude, they didn't block fucking Cisco. Are you kidding me, EA? Are you fucking my ass? That's fucking annoying. I literally call it against a fucking blitz. Get the ball out. There's 3 on fucking 1 to begin with, and nobody picks him up. Nobody. I try to slow down to let somebody get him, and nobody gets him. What a joke. 1st and 10, going to go back to the air here. Pick up something. Looking Amos to Melton to Wiley. Back to Spears, if anything. Amos just open underneath. Get him the ball. Gets 5. 7 for 8 for Levis today. Probably shouldn't mention his accuracy so far. Going to go PA slot cross. Send Wiley back across the other way underneath. We don't need to get him the ball, but if he's open, we got to throw it. Can't be picky. Spears open. I had Melton late, but I just wanted to make sure that we got to completion. Got up to the marker. 3rd and 1. Running the football here. Going to go halfback inside zone split. Hand off the ball. Goodwill up to the 2nd level. And Spears taking off. Making Cisco miss. But there is Devin Lloyd, the other young linebacker. chasing him down, keeping up with the play. Spears, what a fucking play from him. Gonna bring Amos in motion. No, he brings his man. We might send him back then. I think that's probably the smart move. Yeah, send him back. Going the other way. Corner's lagging behind, so I can't really wait. Snap the football. And just not quite the blocking that we needed. I'm not going to be too upset by that. And Tajay Spears is now down. Hassan Haskins is the only running back on the roster now. As well, with him going down. So, and I have no idea what happens if he goes down, because we don't have a actual listed fullback. So I don't know who would get put in the backfield in that situation. 2nd and 8. Looking Burks, not really open. Amos underneath and can't deliver the football. I don't know why. Good accuracy. No, the fuck it wasn't. No, it wasn't. How is that good accuracy? If you didn't hit him in the fucking chest on a curl route, how is that good accuracy? Explain it. Somebody explain it. Seriously. 3rd and 8. Driving back to pass, looking. Wiley open underneath, and he stops because he has that fucking option. And Josh Allen gets through and breaks it up either way, but still, that having to settle for the field goal here is annoying, to say the least. Yeah, Christian Kirk, 2 targets. He dropped one of them. He ended up taking the other one 75 yards to the house. We're going to play off coverage a little bit, I guess. McCreary back in. We're going to play. But, man, these corners need to come up bigger. Like, they're so hit and miss. And fucking Farley's nowhere to be seen. He has 90-plus man coverage and just getting burnt across the middle. The fuck is that? And it's not the sliders at this point. If I turn them up anymore, I'm basically going to be playing on All-Pro. 1st and 10. Going to bring Florence down. Let him rush off this edge. But we got to protect that right side then a little bit better. Jeffrey Simmons getting through and bringing down Travis Etienne. 2nd and 11 now. After a negative rush. Only 3 rush yards allowed. Now that I say that, he's going to gash us for 50 right here, right now. I guarantee it. I almost guarantee that he's going to gash us for 50 right now. Dropping back into coverage. And Farley just beat inside. Nothing I can do there. 3rd and 3. Dropping back into coverage, and Christian Kirk just standing there by his lonesome. I'm going to take Evans all the way across the field to make that tackle. 1st and 10. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, and then Jeffrey Simmons gets his X Factor, immediately loses it because the rest of the defense can't play a fucking down. Ayers playing off coverage again and fucking not coming down. Chris Osgood, their rookie X Factor, now down. 3 tight ends right. They throw it back to the left. Ayers come up with the tackle. No, Evans does though. 3rd and 5. We have an opportunity to stop him. Hold him to 3 here. Still be up 7. 3rd and 5. Gonna go to the air here more than likely. Cover everything underneath, and Kirk drops it. Get some luck there, I guess, on our side. 11 for 74 on the day for Spears. I'm personally going to take him out, actually. I don't want him in at all. Like, I'm going to just rely on Haskins all game, I think, at this point. If we can't win without him, fuck it. So be it at this point. Not purposely trying to tank our team, but at this point, if we can't win without him, what good will he do later in the season? You know, whatever. Burks beats his man. Throw there. Burks on the sideline. Caught. Just saw him beat his man right off rip, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to him. I'm going to hit him as soon as he breaks. He breaks, I get to him. Amos we're going to have on a drag instead, as well as Wiley. Keep Haskins in. Going to motion Amos down. Get him going. Nothing. Burks over the middle. Late throw there. Getting hit as Levis throws. Still delivers a good ball. PA slide here. I like Melton here on this out, as well as Wiley coming late. Yeah, Wiley open, just throw the football, get the yardage. As much as I saw Bo Melton breaking late, and I thought that I could maybe hit him, Wiley's open underneath, get him the ball, get him some yards. Let him work, let him do his job. 2nd and 3 now, going to the ground game with Haskins, picking up some yards. Downhill, Haskins breaks free, back juke, no. Cisco able to make the tackle. Hassan Haskins now down. What? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, Spears is gonna have to come back in now. Whatever. I don't know at this point. I don't know. First and 10, going to go play action fake here. Drop him back, and just nobody blocks Travon Walker trying to get rid of the ball. Able to get rid of it. No sack there. Second and 10 now. 2:22 remaining on the clock. Yeah, he's out for game. So if Spears goes back down, we'll definitely get to see who the fuck comes in then. Haskins out for game, and Spears not able to go if he gets injured again, more than likely. Wiley underneath, quick, 5 yards, 7. Gets 7 as he falls forward. 6'7" frame helps out with that. Slip screen here, and call it again. Blockers need to get set up better. Spears, catch. Skoronski just nowhere, not doing anything. What the fuck is he doing? He is the most useless motherfucker on the screen game. He's the guy that screwed it up last time, too. Gonna motion Melton in. See if that corner will run with him. Yeah, just take another guy off the board immediately. Hand off Spears. But there's Devin Lloyd making a very good play. Dorian Dixon blocked down on Goodwell, and they just weren't able to come off quick enough and help out. On to Lloyd. Second and 9 here. Wiley late, Melton quick. Spears as well could be an option. Gonna run with Levis. Levis, wide open lane. Truck somebody into the end zone. Will Levis, another rushing touchdown. You know, that's, you know, the C opened, and I just decided, hey, fuck it. Run, and I figured Will Levis, you know, I think if I put my shoulder down right here, I can get in, and he does. Touchdown, Will Levis. So the Jags, who have done pretty well, all things considered, they're coming back out onto the field now. Got a lot of time left in this half to really go make a play if they want to. Be able to force us into a tougher situation. If they can go down and get 7 here. We get ball at half, though, so we do have that advantage at least. Who knows? If something were to happen here, we could definitely have the option of going for 2 touchdowns back-to-back. Shire with a pick, making a couple linemen miss. Back juke. Down inside the 30-yard line. User pick with Shire. Was supposed to come on and blitz. I decided, hey, we have enough coverage. The coverage holds up. I'm able to get back into the play. First and 10 for us. Awesome. Amos here late could be cool. I'm going to bring him in motion, actually. No, can't. No, I can't. Okay. First and 10. Going to go to the air here. Not a whole ton open. Amos was open. Fuck. Odeye Yangbo. I think he was with the Colts, to be fair. So now he's staying in the AFC South. Guess that's just what he wants to do. Going to go slants here. Only 27 seconds remaining. Burks is open, but can't. Melton didn't beat his guy, so where Melton's guy was just in the way of the throwing lane for Burks. And I just felt like I couldn't hit him without risking an interception. So I was just going to try to lob it and throw it over the head and just hope that Burks could run underneath of it. Not able to get that ball out, though. 3rd and 16. Don't force anything here. Keep the points, if anything. Just run with Will Levis. Go down. Going to run the clock all the way down to probably... I'm going to run it down to 10 seconds, and if they were for some reason to be able to... they won't be able to ice us, I don't think. I was going to say, run it down to 10 seconds. If they ice us... Oh, wait, it's 4th and 9 anyway. I can't fucking spike the ball. 1 second here. Just call timeout. Get kick up. We don't have an extra down, so if we mess up for some reason, it's not like we can go for another try. 4th and 9. Can we go up 17 at the half? We do. Awesome. I wish we could have went out and got more, but we got what we could. Just their defense really came out and played really physical with us. The slants probably wasn't the best option there, but still. So our offense will come out to the 22-yard line, looking to get Amos and, of course, Burks more involved in this second half. Of course, we want to try to get their challenges done. Now, of course, that's not the most important thing. Of course, winning the football game, making a better push towards the playoffs, of course, is the most important thing. But we do have to keep that in the back of our mind as well, of getting them dev traits, looking long-term. 2nd and 3, going to the play action here. Wiley, open, sideline, caught. Goes out of bounds. 14 for 19 for Will Levis. A little bit better accuracy here today. 3 for 25 for him. Looking Burks here, even Amos. Amos is running just a little bit deeper of a route, so Burks is going to have the first chance here. Oh, I fucking looked up and saw there rookie D lineman coming free. 3 sacks on the day for them. No sacks for us. Flanker Z spot. Don't really love what I'm seeing. Melton here, if it's zone, could be open. Gonna bring Amos down in motion. Snap the football. Amos underneath. Just get it to him. Get some yards. Get us into a better situation. 3rd and 11 now. Not 3rd and 17. We were at 2nd and 17. Gonna go Verts here. Trying to stay away from a little bit of the run game. Keep Spears out of harm's way for now. 3rd and 11. Looking Wiley into Melton. And then Amos on that comeback. Could be open. Burks as well underneath. Wiley. Open over top. But the safety. The corner got there. Just, I didn't want that much lob. I wanted a touch pass more than anything, and I got a lob instead. 4th and 11, going to have to punt the football away. One of our first real dry spells on offense so far. Jaguars will take over at their own 23-yard line. This defense playing well. No sacks on the day is probably the most disappointing thing, but hey, the defense played well, so I don't technically need them right now. But probably later in the game when this Jaguars team goes to the air a little bit more, we'll probably going to need some of these D linemen to step up, and especially guys like Harold Landry, Yatir Gross-Matos, guys that I purposely put in because of their pass rush ability. Going to put Evans onto ETN. I think he's running a wheel route, though. Vickers not there. Dude, I purposely took him out, and then he comes in on a dime look and just can't keep up. I don't know what's wrong right now. I've never had this many problems with a fucking slot corner. Every other fucking universe, when I put a corner into the slot, it's because they're the weakest of the bunch, and they end up playing better than everybody else. 8-yard rush there for ETN. Gets him to 2nd and 2 now. Like I said, like in my Broncos franchise, I put Greg Newsome in the slot. He performed better than everybody else. I put a different guy in the slot. He performed better than everybody else. Just unfortunate that we can't get that same result here. Dump off to ETN, and Hooker just can't make the fucking play. I guess I'm just going to have to go for hit sticks at this point. Conservative tackle just does not work. Slows down his feet and then just gets beat. I don't know. Just can't go with that conservative tackle, apparently. Going to squeeze the D-line. Force this interior O-line to beat us. Handoff here to ETN. Shire makes him go back inside. 2nd and 6 now after 4-yard rush. Kevin Givens there to get the tackle. Don't love what we're looking at here. Going to have Shire all by himself in the middle. He's going to be able to hold up. Evans comes up and makes the hit onto ETN. Not being able to hold on to that football. Who did we face last week that I'm forgetting about now? Oh, Breece Hall. I feel like Travis Etienne's a way better receiving back. So the fact that Breece Hall could hold on to that one football last week, but Etienne can't hold on to this football now is kind of weird. Harold Landry with a sack! And pushes them out of field goal range. Good fucking shit. We're going to send the house at him. Mainly because this could lead to a block, and then we're not going to get a real big opportunity to return this. I just got a fucking penalty. Just to show you guys how close we were to actually blocking this. This is the play. So he's literally punting it, and because I went too far upfield and wasn't over top the ball, it did not get blocked. Now it's realistic, don't get me wrong, but the fact that it goes as far as it did is kind of crazy. But yeah, that sucks. Von Florence makes a really nice play, just not quite being able to get to the ball, gets overextended. We got there, we did, but just didn't end up resulting in what we wanted it to be. Yeah, that sucks. I'm not going to blame Von Florence for that. He made a good play. I made a good play, and just it didn't result in what we wanted. That sucks. They do get a first down because it is roughing the kicker. So after the first down on the roughing the kicker call, they will have it at their own at our 32 now with a fresh set of downs. Going to run play here to ETN. Shire get there. Him and Von Florence make the play. 4-yard rush there. I'm not going to fault Von Florence for that. That's a good play. It was. It's just a little off target. You know? It would be like him making a good pass deflection, but he was trying to go for the pick or something, and he was still able to, almost, knock it away, not let the receiver get it, but it definitely sucks. Don't get me wrong. It definitely sucks. Them getting a fresh set of downs, being able to come back out on offense, changing momentum a little bit, definitely sucks, but the fact of the matter is, it was a risky play, and I knew that going into it. Stopping him here on a screen pass, 4th and 10 now. Going to settle for a field goal. So they are going to walk away with 3, but we do hold them from a touchdown. 1st and 10 in our own 21. Going to go wheel post drag here. We're going to send Spears out on a quick out instead of that stupid check and release. Burks could have an option here. Amos as well late. But I'm going to look Okonkwo quick and then Spears. Okonkwo is definitely the option. Throw it. I think I had Burks on the sideline there, and especially matched up against Travon Walker. But I just didn't want to pull the trigger and force something that doesn't need to happen as much. 1st and 10. Just, like I said, trying to win the game. But if we can get those dev trait challenges done as well, I'm definitely going to look to do so. But it's not at the top of my list. It's really not. 2nd and 8. 2-yard rush there. I'm going to go PA sale for here. Okonkwo on this corner almost immediately could be open. Yeah, Okonkwo, corner route, catch on the sideline, holds on. Chig Okonkwo coming back into the game plan just a little bit more with each and every single week. I want to run that read option, but we just don't have the speed with Will Levis that I trust that read option just by itself. Will Levis is definitely athletic, but I don't think he's that athletic. 1st and 10. Wiley over to Amos, back to Melton could be an option. Burks as well. Wiley underneath on the safety, and the safety just able to get a hand in there. 2nd and 10 now. 17 for 24. Amos, of course, on this motion into this out route could be open. Gonna send Spears on an out route instead of that come back inside route. Amos underneath, catch. Gets 6. Gonna be the end of the quarter here. 3rd and 4 when we return. Like I've said before, we're definitely going for the win. We're not necessarily looking to not necessarily. We aren't going to be actively forcing stuff to get those dev trait challenges done. But if they were to happen while we win the game, that would be ideal. Like on this play, I'm looking Amos into Hodgins, into Burks, into Spears probably. Yeah, Amos, off coverage there, catch, hold on to the football, 1st down. This also, like I said, it also gets us that 1st down. It allows us 3 more plays to be able to get the ball to maybe one of those guys again. 1st and 10, Burks on that corner, and yep, picked by Cisco. Not at all where I wanted that football, and Cisco just not going down. Not at all where I wanted that football. I'll show you guys where I wanted that football. Because I literally tried to lead outside. I literally said, hey, throw it outside. So here's the thing. When Burks breaks here, which, yeah, I don't really have anything open right at this second. When Burks breaks right here and I see nobody technically running with him, I want the ball thrown here. I know the route calls for him to run this way, up towards the little circle is right now, but I wanted the ball thrown here. Thrown away from the safety, thrown over top of the corner, and away from the linebacker. Not at all. It's just floated to the safety. Cover 0. Everybody's going to have to play man. 1st and 10. Read option there. Well, it's a RPO to Ridley there underneath on that slant. Maybe should have played press, but I didn't want to risk it and force a big play to happen for no reason. 2nd and 3, going into the dollar look. Expecting a pass play here underneath to Evan Ingram, and Evans comes up big with a tackle. 3rd and 1. Keenan Evans has definitely developed throughout the season. He just needs to play even better than what he has. And I know that's a lot to ask from a rookie. 3rd and 1. Run play here. ETN just filling the wrong hole as Evans. All the way up to the 44. 9 for 41 for ETN. So getting back on track for him. I'm going to send pressure. Fuck it. Let's send some pressure. Seriously. Let's go after it. Right here, right now. Handoff ETN, and who is that? Osai coming up big. Not really getting blocked on that counter, and he just runs up and smacks ETN in the fucking face. Gonna bring Evans down, put him here. See if that will help cover that Evan Ingram route. I know he's probably going to run something maybe it's a corner. I'm checking underneath. Quentin Ayers coming up big with a hit onto ETN. Quentin Ayers hasn't been the best rookie that we've ever seen, but has played pretty fine, I guess. Covering Calvin Ridley, slip screen here, not being able to get it to, who's that, JaMychal Hasty maybe, or somebody else? No, Bigsby. 4th and 14, and they're going for it. Timeout. Let's get into a little bit better of a coverage look here. Let's get our guys into a better situation here. 1-4 dime. Going to run man across the board. And then we're going to let Shair just basically play a QB spy and zone over the middle. Protect everything over the middle. I am trying to. Fuck it, send pressure. Evans, you got to come up with that pick, but I understand why you knocked it away. Whatever, it was 4th down. Good shit. I was thinking in the mindset that it was 3rd down and that he should have came up with that pick instead of the fucking knockaway. Fine with that, though. I understand why he ended up knocking it away. 1st and 10, handoff Spears. Going to salt away some of this clock. Spears up the sideline. Gets down in bounds, which is also a good thing. Let the clock run. Get out of here as fast as humanly possible. We don't need him getting injured. We don't need anybody else getting injured. Just going forward. Halfback dive. Yeah, that's probably the best option. We don't have a quick play action play that I particularly like. Chig, we're in motion. He's going to be a lead blocker, basically a fullback. 5 yards there for Spears. 99 yards on the day. Very good from him. And even Haskins had a couple good runs before he was injured. And Will Levis has taken off a couple times and had pretty decent runs. So, it's definitely looked pretty good here today. Gonna send Amos out. Get out of that stack. You know what? Bring him back. And fuck, I forgot that I had a shoot clock on, which means we are not going to have a play clock, really. We have like 7 seconds to get the play off, basically. That's my fault. We're going to go back to 2nd and 10 now. I'm going to go stretch play here. We're going to go back the other way. Run it at Cisco. See if Tyron Smith and Peter Skoronski can work up to him. They do. They get there. Linebacker Ventrell Miller can't bring Spears down. All the way up to 3rd and 1. Basically getting back to a good situation. Would have been basically a 4-yard rush out of that 2nd and 5. So we're back on track here. Going to go PA halfback sprint flat. I'm actually just going to let Wiley go out on a different route. Not going to stay in and block. Wiley throwing back across the body. Wiley caught. I wanted to go run after catch, but fuck it. Just hold on to the football. Pick up the first. Keep the clock moving. If we can score here as well, it wouldn't be the worst thing. 1st and 10, going to hand off the football to Spears again. Send Chig in motion. Let him pick up Josh Allen. Snap the football. Bounce it. Spears bouncing all the way into the end zone. Touchdown. Making Cisco miss at the end as well. And just putting his arm out and reaching. Touchdown Tajay Spears. 1st and 10. I'm expecting a lot of pass play, so I'm going to come out in these dime looks. Get a lot of corners out here on the field. Let them work. 1st and 10. Going to let the D-line kind of try to work itself out. If they can come up even with one big pressure here and there, I would be very happy. 2nd and 9 now after a 1-yard completion. That's fine. Letting them run 3 seconds off, that's fine with me. 2nd and 9. Going to cover up on Evan Ingram. Cover everything underneath. And he runs a deep slant, basically. Not being able to connect with Trevor Lawrence. 3rd and 9. They're going to go for it, of course, because it is 4-down territory. It's late in the game. They're down 21. They're going to go for it. So don't get too happy when we get the stop here. Farley! No! Florence, though! Thank you, Florence. Thank you. Fuck. Try to get Farley back to the ball, and again, he just misses. Struggling early and fast. Is that Osgood back on the field? Is he wearing 84? I don't remember. Evans! User pick! Keenan Evans, why'd you go out? Fuck. I didn't even tell Evans to go out. I was literally trying to tell him to go sideways and just go down into the end zone. And instead, he takes it out himself. So at the 5-yard line, we are going to be backed up a little bit. But still, forcing that interception. Keenan Evans coming up big. Both the linebackers. The linebackers are proving me wrong right now. 2nd and 10. We're going to go back to the ground game. We're going to go halfback blunt dive. Going to bring Chig in motion. Let him work up onto Trevon Walker. I don't know why Ventrell Miller's going outside. That's fine. Skoronski double team. Up to backer. Spears picks up 5. Picks up 6, actually. 3rd and 4. Can melt some of this clock away. And it doesn't seem like they're too interested in stopping it either. Do have to snap the ball a little sooner because we do have to wait for that motion of a Quanquo to come in. So we're going to snap it here at 8. Allowing us enough time to really get the ball off. Yeah, could have waited an extra second or two, but Spears downhill. They're still not going to call timeout. They've given up. They've said, hey, we'll take our second loss of the season. Technically got to punt the football away, but we're not fucking going to. We're going to throw the football. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get Burks or Amos to their dev trait challenges, of course. But we win. We're back in the playoff hunt, which is the more important thing going forward. We're going to have to let the clock tick all the way down to basically 1 second and snap the ball and hold on to the football maybe just a little longer. Okay, it's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to have 7 seconds at max that we were going to have to settle for. And just nothing going there. So I'll have the ball at the 13. They're going to go for the end zone probably. We're going to drop into coverage, play off. I want to get onto a linebacker, Keenan Evans. Okay, I'm on to it. And they throw the ball away. They don't like it. Trevor Lawrence has struggled today. 14 for 27. If we can force an incompletion here, he will have a very bad... I'm going to call timeout. Fuck it. Get us into a dollar look. They're not going to run the football. Get us into a dollar look. Get us into a better situation. Going to force him to maybe throw another pick. Hopefully. That would be fucking awesome if we could force him into throwing another pick right now. I want one with no blitzers. Just drop into coverage. Play smart. D-line, go get you some. Go get you some right now. 2nd and 10. Covering over the middle. Trevor Lawrence taking off, scrambling, and going down. Just going to take the rush yards. We end up winning here in Tennessee. 2 in a fucking row. This is what we need to do. We need to put a win streak together. We got to win all 6 to really have a chance at the playoffs. If we only win 5, I think our odds decrease significantly. But here we go. Another good game from Will Levis. Coming into this game, going up against an 11-1 opponent, we really had to come out and prove ourselves. We did that here today. We ended up getting the win. Of course, we didn't get either one of the dev trait challenges done, but we did get the win, which is more important in the long run. I'm going to go ahead and get thumbnails, and then we will be back at the main menu to discuss how this game was. So, of course, we ended up winning the game 6-7 now for us. Of course, both breakouts are going to be disappointments, of course. Nothing we can really do there. Like, as much as I wanted to force feed those guys the ball, I'm looking short term too. We have to win playoff games. That's just part of the game, right? We have to win games. That's more important than someone getting a dev trait. If somebody plays well, they'll get a dev trait at the end of the season. Treylon Burks could honestly be in line for a dev trait just with the stats he's putting up every single game. He got 70 yards there and a touchdown. So, he's up to, I think, 8 touchdowns, and I think he's officially over 1,000 yards. So that's not really we can easily look at him and say, hey, I think he's going to get a dev trait at the end of the season. I don't think Amos will, of course. He just hasn't put up the yards as much as I would have liked him to. 1,000 XP for everybody on the team, which is very, very nice and will go a long way to developing some of these guys. I'm going to go ahead and sim the week. Of course, 6-7. We got to hope that the Colts lose. Got to hope the Texans lose. The Texans lost. The Colts lost. We are in prime position now to hopefully make a run at the playoffs. Of course, we have probably one of our last easy games. And easy is a strong is not a very reliable word there. In the AFC, we're going to take a look at the AFC. You have Raiders, Jags, and Chiefs. Now, of course, with the Raiders and the Chiefs, one of them is going to be in the wild card. That just is what it is. They're both from the same division. So if you look at it, you go Raiders, Jags, Ravens, and Bills, and then Chiefs, Bengals, Dolphins. So yes, we are at 6-7. If we win this game, and if we have either the Bengals, we would need the Bengals to lose because the Dolphins beat us. So we would need them to lose. We would also, if we could, get the Bills to lose this week as well as us win, and then we beat the Bills. And I think the following week, that would be a very good situation for us as we would take the tiebreaker and that advantage. So there is that as well. Now, New England's no easy task. They are 5-8. They have Michael Pittman Jr. They have an okay team. They just have not been able to win a whole ton of games. That defense, again, they're going to have a good defense. They're not going to have a great offense. We're going to be looking to make a statement on offense, of course. View Weekly awards, I would assume. Yeah, Spears, 20 carries, 126 yards, 6.3 yard average, 2 touchdowns, 3 receptions, 13 yards. Very good game from him. He ends up winning AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So we've had 1, 2, 3 throughout the season so far. 4. Yeah, we've had 4 so far this season. So we've had a lot of great performances all in all. But this is going to be probably one of our last so-called easy games. We do have the Bills, the Cowboys, and then the Jags again. So it's a tough stretch. This is a must-win game. If we don't win this, it will make it incredibly difficult to make the playoffs at 9-8, especially with how good some of the teams are already at. With a lot of teams already sitting in at 7 and 8 wins respectively, it will make it very difficult. If you guys enjoy this content or the content here on my channel, I would appreciate it if you guys do stick around and subscribe. I'll be back with more videos like this. I'll be back with even other content, rebuilds, as well as roster updates and other draft-related content throughout the next couple months, hopefully. And even off-season content, free agency, all that fun stuff with free agency just around the corner or even already being started by the time you see this video. Who knows? I could already have roster updates out. Go check the channel. If you need a 2K roster update, go check the channel as well. I might have cards coming up or whatnot. But like I said, if you guys enjoy this content, please stick around and subscribe. I appreciate the support that you guys have been showing on the videos recently. And I'll be back with more videos like this. I'm out. Peace.